Hey everybody, it's Tiffany. Welcome back. This time we're going to talk about net income. We've talked about being self-employed. What is that? So now we're going to talk about net income. Before we talk about net income, we have to talk about gross income. So what is gross income? Gross income is literally everything you make. Cash, check, credit card, Zelle, Venmo, Cash App, everything you make is considered gross income. Now, every business has expenses, usually. For this purpose, we're gonna leave anything having to do with your car out of it because you need to talk to a tax professional about your business and how the car fits into that, and there's different things to do with a car. So we're not gonna get into that detail. So for this, we're gonna leave the car out of it. But you should have expenses, right? So you have office supplies, you have rent, if you rent a spot, if you rent a storage unit because you store stuff for the business, all that kind of stuff is expenses, right? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take that gross income and we're gonna subtract our expenses to get net income. So let's pretend I'm a hairstylist and I make $30,000. If I have $12,000 in rent, that's an expense, and I have $3,000 worth of supplies, that's an expense, and $1,000 in credit card fees because they charge fees, what I'm gonna do is take the $30,000 minus $16,000 in expenses. You have $14,000 as your net income. Now, could this be a lot more complicated than that? Yes, and that's why I suggest, if you're self-employed especially, you find a tax professional that you're comfortable with and you can talk to, and you can go over all of these things with them, because every industry has its own expenses, and if your expenses don't fit with that industry, it may not work out so well. What expenses do you have? I don't know, I don't have any. Well, yeah, you do. Let's talk about it. That's why you want to go to a tax professional and not just try and DIY self-employment stuff. As a reminder, I've seen a lot of social media videos that tell people things that they can take off as expenses or use as expenses. Let me make it very clear. Personal expenses are not part of your business expenses, okay? So just to be very clear, do not use your personal expenses as your business expenses. Today's lesson, net income, which is gross income, everything you made, minus your expenses, equals your net income. That net income is what we're gonna be using going forward. All right, I'll see you next time.